Hi all, right back with more Combat Commander using the CC bot by James Watton of Rising Sun Studios. Playing scenario 1, Fat Lipke, and this is my part 3. So I did come straight back there, I've not even copied the bit across yet, so I'll deal with that later. It's our turn. This was a new card we drew, made a little bit of a blunder there, but fixed that quickly. So we've got a recover card with nothing that needs recovering. It's got an assault fire on that, which is make one fire attack with any number of your units / weapons with box firepower that are currently activated to move. Box firepower. Well, just looking at my units, none of the units have box firepower, but that machine gun does. In fact, both machine guns do, don't they? So they would be the only ones to be able to do that, but they've got to be activated to move to be able to then use that as well. So that's, and we've no move card. We do have 2 fire cards, but we may want to consider. Well, you're going to be able to keep one of them. Well, no, hold on, Grant. I've nothing in range, have I? Oh no, yeah, we do. Because if that was in range of that, a line of sight of that. That's got a range of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can fire on that with a medium machine gun. It's got a strength of 6, a firepower of 6. That's the only thing we could do with a fire order. Route's not any good. Command confusion. I mean, remember, you might possibility of discard some cards. I can discard a maximum of 3. I could discard this. This feels quite good though, doesn't it? Or maybe I should have a fire action. Just fire at that guy. Well, what's he? Because he's not getting much in the way of defense, is he? In fact, he's getting a -1 because he's on the road. He's morale 7. He's not with his leader, so that's a 6, Grant. Yeah, I think I should have a go at this. So I'm going to use one of these fire cards. This one's no quarter. Play when a Russian unit survives the melee, gain 2 victory points. No, I think the ambush one's better. So I'm going to play this fire order. Right? Now, just double check. And remember, we can actually play 3 orders. The Germans can only play 2, but we can play 3. So just looking here, I think it's the very top one there, isn't it? Yeah, opponent plays a fire order. So there's a couple of requirements though. Scenario defender, target is objective. Scenario defender, but see the concealment one doesn't have any requirements. So he's going to try for that. He's got quite a good chance of that one as well, actually, because that's only needs a 3. So we're going to use our medium machine gun and fire on that unit with the broken white machine gun. So when we do that, I think this is when it triggers the concealment. So you can see that he needs. Well, hang on. Yeah, this is a problem to get this. But I suppose it's fair. On the black dice, on the dice that we draw, the white dice is going to need to be a 2 or higher, right? To work this. That's going to say a yes. But the black dice, unfortunately, needs to be a 1, 2, or a 3. Because if it's a 4 or 5, we can't do that. And if it's a 6, we can't do that. I think that's the way it works. So it needs to be a 1 to 3 on the black dice. Then we draw another card, and the dice needs to be greater than or equal to a 3 to actually, the target. That's the target roll. Okay, so yeah, we need a white dice with a 2 or greater, and then the black dice needs to be a 1 to 3. And this is on the action deck, so it's from the American deck here. So Here we go. We need greater than or equal to 2. Well, it wouldn't have worked it wouldn't have worked either way, would it? So a 1 means that we failed, and the 5 wouldn't have worked. So that goes there, Grant. I'm going to have to be careful with them as well, mix them up. So does this drop down? I think it does, because we failed this. Let me just double check that. Yeah, because that was a track test, wasn't it? That was this. If the track test fails, move the action track token down 1 space. That's not really helping it anyway, but it's dropping it down there. So it still needs a 2 or greater. So that was a bit unlucky. But I think needing the fact that you've got to have a 1 to 3 there, maybe it'd be fine if that wasn't needed, because, well, that would have been a bit unfortunate because you drew a 1. But anyway, okay, so no concealment. So back to us. We're firing with this machine gun, medium machine gun, with strength of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's in range. So with a 6, and like I say, he's getting a -1 in his terrain. Now hold on. Yeah, we've got hand grenades needs to be adjacent. We're firing at adjacent hex. Add 2 when firing at a moving target. Well, it wasn't moving either. That would have been good, because that would have been good to use that card as well. So we can't play it. We can't play any actions. So just a 6, and then the card that we draw for our roll is a 9. That's pretty good. So 15. So 15. Yeah, I did say I was going to get some dice, didn't I? It's probably easy to keep in my head just now, but it will start once events start triggering and that. Hang on. Right, I've got a D20. I remember it wasn't the best colour-wise, but right. So 15. I suppose if it goes above 20, I've got an extra dice I could add on. Just leave that aside. So our attack value is 15. So him defending, and this hex here, like I say, is in a road, no other cover around about him. So this is a -1. He's got a 7, so -1, 6. So he needs a high roll here. Yeah, all the cards on the other side. Right, so drawing off the German Fate deck. With a 6, he gets another 6, so that's only 12. So he's broken, isn't he? We've got a 15, so he does break. Now, hold on. So he does break, but there's a trigger for this, I think. Friendly squad would break. So there's no action selection. So as long as we pass the die, the white die of 2, that's only 1 to select. White wounds is going to be a 5 or greater. It's going to give white wounds. So we're going to draw off the action deck again. Again, we need greater than or equal to 2 for the white dice. Right, we've got a 6 this time. Okay, so here we go then. So the 6 tells us that he gets another shot at this. Right, the black dice doesn't matter in this case because there's only 1 selection, white wounds. So now we need to draw another card, and on a 5 or greater on the white dice, he's going to get the white wounds trigger. So we draw again off the American deck. Right, he's only got a 3, so he fails there, but right, now, well, here's the bit. I mean, that kind of says that it's as if saying that he's not got a white wounds card in his hand. But it does say here that, here, let's just look at this again, see what you think this means. If the white dice number is a 6, which it was, that was the first one we rolled, the bot will make an additional action check after this one. If the white dice is equal to or greater than the current action, then the track test has passed, which it did. Track test succeeds, you check the black die, but we didn't need to do that because there was only one action available with a wee dash. So then the requirements are checked. They were fine because there was no requirements actually. I mean, the actual trigger as a friendly squad would break. If the requirements are met, a new card is drawn from the action deck. The white dice is then compared against the target number for the action, which that failed. So then this action check ends. But because we rolled a 6, we need to do an additional action check. And this is where Kevin was saying that, and yeah, I mean, it does, it makes sense. If there'd been another action available in here, like if there was more than one option, then maybe, yeah, come back and try that again. But because there's only this one action, you know, and if he's not used these light wounds, can he? But then maybe it's just meant to, you know, surely it would say that. I don't know. It's maybe just meant to be an AI thing to give it that little bit of a boost that we should try this again. But then try it again, does it mean we need to roll to see if that works first and then that? Or do we just need to roll on that? The 5+? I don't know. I think you've got to do the whole action check again. Let me see if I can find anything regarding this. Right, that's me back. I've been on pause for quite some time. So watching my country fail miserably at trying to cope with the Germans at football. Yeah, not a great performance, but well, I mean, I didn't expect them to really do anything miraculous, but it wasn't the best performance, to be honest. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. So yeah, I actually popped a question out there. I mean, the only place I could think about putting it was to try and put it to James Watton. So I questioned it in the thread of his bot file on BGG. So I wouldn't expect to have an answer that quick. And the question was, if you got a 6, and this is it, if you got a white 6 here, and there was only one available action selection, and then it failed the target roll, would you still try again for that? Which, like I say, it kind of feels like if you failed the first time, you've not got the card in your hand, so why can you pass it the next time? So I haven't got an answer to it yet, and I was going to go ahead and say, well, let's just do it, because the rule only just says that the rule doesn't go into that. If you're reading this as it is, we got a white 6, so we should make an additional check. You know, that's all it states. I'm not quite sure if it's, like I say, the way Kevin looked at it when in his playthrough was that it's as if that card's not in his hand, so why can you roll on it again? So I was going to, like I say, do the check again, but I was looking at light wounds, and to be honest, it's not the best. So it's about when this unit is going to break, we can change it for a team rather than a squad. And that's not so great, really. I mean, the team, it's removing the squad from play. Okay, while the squad is broken, which is what I'm going to do to it, it's probably about the same. In fact, it's probably worse off than a squad. Worse off than a team. However, you can't rally a team back into a squad, whereas you can rally that back to its other side. That's what well, actually, you know what? I wouldn't know where to start looking for the team that matches this one, because I'm assuming it's got to match that 5/5/4 unit. So let's not bother, and let's just say that we're not going to re-roll again. Hopefully I will get an answer back to that. Now, the other thing is, if I do get an answer back saying that, yeah, you would re-roll this, I suppose it's something that you should actually do. It's not an optional thing. Although, you could say that, a lot of these things are kind of optional. And I mean, would we ourselves play light wounds right now on a unit like that? I'm not so sure. I don't know. I'm not experienced enough in the game to be able to decide that, I suppose. Let's just leave it and say we're not allowed to do it, and I think it's better off for the unit. I mean, if he makes a recover roll next turn, which he might do, it depends on what we get, then he could recover that guy and he's still going to be a squad, you know. Okay, so that was the fire of... Who was that with the fire? Well, it must have been this guy, yeah. It was that machine gun that fired. We used the fire card, we tried the white wounds, we tried for the concealment, that failed. Tried for the white wounds, we're saying that failed. So I think that's the Russian player done, isn't it? Well, no, hold on. We're the Russian player grant. So that's me played one action. So if it is the end of my turn, I've got to draw back up to 5 cards, which I sort of glitched with the first time. But can we play anything else? Well, we've got another fire action. No, hold on. No, because they're not in range. I mean, although there's line of sight to this guy from this hex, that's only got a range of 3 is the range, isn't it? The middle one. So no. So we can't fire again. Now route. Well, yeah. Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, we should do that. We don't need to recover. Yeah, we should do the route. Yes, I mean it's got that crossfire on it there, but that's firing a moving target, so it's maybe a bit tricky. Because if we route this guy, I want to say he's going to get eliminated, isn't he? Because he's got to move 1 hex back towards his... This was another thing, some of the recent videos being put up by that Patrick, I think his name is, Patrick. And I think he's got a video set out there with actually Chad Jensen's wife, is it Kai Jensen, and him and her talking about just some tips for Combat Commander. And one thing that was mentioned was, I think, being careful about setting your guys up on the edge. Well, to be honest, did we have a choice? Well, yeah, you did technically have a choice. It didn't need to be in that hex. It was that hex or adjacent. So, I mean, I could have set that guy up in that hex. So there you go. There's probably a mistake to start with. Yeah, I could have set that guy up in that hex. Then, if he gets routed, he could move back. Well, depends what the route number is, because the route is... if you hit more than the morale, it's how much more than you do roll determines how many hexes it's got to move back, I think. I'm saying all this, and I'm going to have to look it up in the rules about route, because, yeah, I'm not familiar with the game. I should be pausing this while I'm looking at these things up, because, you know, most of the people that are watching this probably are familiar with the game. But I guess I'm just rabbiting on here. Route. When route, select a player. Provided the chosen player has at least 1 broken unit in play, that player has not been activated for a recover or route order previously in the same turn, which it's not. I'm talking about targeting the German player here. Yeah, important. The broken units themselves are not activated. Okay. The active player that is the one that announces the order makes a roll for each unit belonging to the chosen player that was broken at the time the order was announced. Also highlights units that become broken due to events during a route order can't have a route roll made for them. So it's just that guy that's going to be the route roll. If the chosen player has more than 1 broken unit, the active player chooses the order in which those units will be affected. Well, there's only the one. If the roll is less than its morale, there's no effect and the unit remains where it is. So we're rolling on it's a 7, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to do this. And I don't think they can... There's no trigger to me playing a route, I don't think. No. So... if it's less than its morale, there's no effect and the unit remains where it is. So, is it less than? Yeah. So it's got to be less than a 7, the die roll. If the roll is equal to its current morale, it becomes suppressed if not already. So it would become suppressed and just stay the way it is. If the roll is greater than its current morale, it must retreat a number of hexes equal to the difference. And that's kind of what we're looking for here. Because if we get an 8 or greater on this die roll, he's going to be eliminated. Because he's got him... is he allowed to move into this hex or this hex? I don't think so. I wouldn't have thought so. Well, retreating's the next rule. When a route roll is greater than, must retreat a number of hexes equal to the difference. The player always retreats his own units. Each hex retreated into must be closer to the controlling player's board edge than the one it just left. Yeah, so that's not becoming closer to the board edge, is it? It's adjacent to the board edge. Yeah. If already adjacent to its friendly board edge, the unit is eliminated. Well, there you go. So that's that there. So I'm gonna play that route card. And we're gonna route the German player. So he's gonna... Right, hang on. Is it us that does the route die roll draw? I think. The active player, that is the one that announced the order, makes a roll. Active player. That is the one that announced the order. Makes a roll for each unit belonging to the chosen player. Yeah, so it's our die roll. Which is good as well, because if we trigger an event, I think you find that it looked to me like events were generally more beneficial if you were drawing them yourself. I might have that wrong though. Right, okay, so we're going to do a morale roll. So anything less than a 7 is good for them. We kind of want it to be a high die roll here, so here we go. That's bang on a 7, and we do trigger an event. So, well, move that out of the way. So we do everyone pauses and we do the event first. However, just as a reminder, that was bang on a 7. Now hang on here. The fact he's on this road, does that? I don't think that affects his morale, does it? I think it's just when he's been attacked. Terrain, road. Yeah, it's a -1 to his cover. Oh, well. Hang on then. Because normally if he was in cover right now, that would add to his morale. So, does that mean his cover's a -1, reducing his morale by 1? Ooh, I don't know. It's possible. It's possible because if, like I say, if he was in this hex where maybe this is where he should actually be, and I've made a complete mess of this, to be honest, then he would get 7 plus 2 for the woods to his cover. I get the feeling that road is going to give him a -1. Well, the thing is, we've rolled a 7 here, so he's either going to be suppressed, or the 7 roll is going to be 1 greater than his morale. If this is a -1, he's going to be eliminated. We do need to do the event first. Right, give me a second. Okay, so yeah, I went to have a look at that on BGG, and it does seem that the only cover available here is a -1 because he's on the road. So that does knock his morale down to 6, and that does mean he's going to be eliminated. It was quite a deep thread. It was going into like when you route, can you choose the cover if there's different covers in the hex, and I think it was determined that it was up to the owner of the unit that chose the cover. So if we had 2 different cover options in this hex, we could, as the Germans, choose the better one. But that's not the case. There's only a -1 for the road. So, however, we do have this event to take care of. So let's draw the next card for the event and see what we get. So this is our first event. So event interdiction: suppress 1 unit in a hex with less than 1 cover. So this is drawn from the Russians' deck. So I'm assuming they get the choice with us. Does it have a list of the events? It does actually. Here we go. What was it? Interdiction. Here we go. When this event occurs, the receiving player, which I'm assuming is the Russian player, must select one unsuppressed unit, enemy or friendly, broken or unbroken, that occupies the hex with cover less than 1 and put a suppression marker on it. Yeah, so it's us that gets to select us. So this is good as well. We know this is going to be eliminated. These are not in 1 cover. Was it 1 cover? With less than 1 cover. Oh. Well, actually, what is the open terrain? Is it 1 or is it just nothing? It must be nothing, because then, well, if it is 1, then this is going to be 1 minus 1, which is 0, and that's going to keep that guy alive. So hang on. So it's just normal. I don't know what terrain that is then. I'm assuming there's just a whole lot of nothing for that. Like, what cover does E10 have? Building, woods, brush, orchard, field, gully, open ground. There it's there. So I figured it would maybe be at the top here, but it's down here. Right, there's open ground. So that's what this hex is. So it's open ground, but you can see the cover is 0. Right, and then when we go down, if it's on a road, it's a -1 to its cover. So yeah, so that does get a -1. So cover less than 1 is open ground, isn't it? Or, well, if there was any 1 cover on a road, that would also be less than 1, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, we're looking at these guys here. So I can suppress 1 unit in a hex with less than 1 cover. Should I do the officer so that he can't then activate them? I'm assuming that's what suppress does. There's counters for suppress, isn't there? Where are they? There we go. Or maybe it doesn't suppress his command value. There, it's there. So it gives -1, -1, -1, and -1 to its morale. That looks like it doesn't affect his whatever that's called again. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to tell me there, but it actually does. Page 10, 13.2, Rule 13 suppression. 13.2 the effects of suppression. A unit with a suppressed marker on it has -1 firepower, -1 range, -1 movement, and -1 morale. Command is unaffected by being suppressed. So, there you go. So I don't think it's worthwhile putting it on him, so I think we'll just put it on this guy that's with him. Because that'll knock him down, because he'll get an extra +1 there. That'll just balance it out, won't it? Okay, so that was the event. Suppress 1 unit in a hex with less than 1 cover, and that hex is actually -1 cover because it's a 0 and the -1 for being on the road. So And then, unfortunately for this guy, he's going to be eliminated. Because he's got to retreat 1 hex. Because the roll was a 7. And his morale is a 6. Because that gives him a -1. So, bad news for the Germans right away. Now what happens here? He goes and eliminated. I'm going to put him up in the casualty track. Now, I want to say the weapon goes there as well. Goes in the weapons box, I think. And now, do we get the victory points right away? I get the feeling we might do. I think it tells us on this player aid. Here, yeah. So unit victory points, values, we've just eliminated the squad. So 2 victory points. Yeah. Elimination. Opponent gains victory points when unit is eliminated for any reason. So, yeah, weapons along with all other markers are not worth any victory points. Right. So we've just gained another 2 victory points. I'm just going to nudge that up to 3. And just have a quick look at that. So there's the track up there. There's the first is that the right side? Yeah, I think it says Axis on it. Yeah, it does. Why does that look green from here? It is grey, isn't it? Must just be because it's far away. Yeah, it looks green from here. Anyway, yeah, so that's the first casualty then. There's a weapon in there, and then I've knocked the victory points up on R2, so we're up to 3. So, yeah, not a good start for the AI. That you can see right away that I should not have placed any units in these 2 hexes. I think I should have placed them there. Because if they don't get a move order to move, they're sitting ducks, aren't they? That's the thing. And I suppose you could have said the same for setting our guys up over there, that if they don't get... That can happen in this game. That's, I think, one of the things I read about in this game, and maybe frustrating for some people, that if you never draw a move order card and you can't move your units, or a fire card, and you're just all you want is a fire card to go for them, you're not getting it. But yeah, I do feel kind of a bit rough about that. Ah well, they beat me at football. They beat us at football, so. Okay, so that was the route order done. So that worked well. And now they do have, that's them taking 2 actions, so they could play another action, but there's no need. They've got to recover, that's not any good. They've got a fire card. So they're going to end their turn, and they're going to draw 2 more cards. They get another command confusion, unfortunately. So maybe they'll be discarding next turn, and they get a fire. Oh, well, they've got 2 fire cards, 2 command confusions, and a recover. So that doesn't look too bad. They can't move though. Probably would have liked a move order to get these guys moving down. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's this tripod. The very top of the tripod with the cameras is. I keep saying it's going to collapse one day. It'll happen. I should really put things in motion to get a new one. Okay, so that's the Russian turn over. We didn't miss anything there. Hang on. No, that guy got eliminated. So he wasn't even breaking, was he? Well, there you go. See? If we had got that light wounds and it had been successful, the unit wouldn't have then been broken, and then we could have not carried out that route order. So, Well, you know what? What are we at, 34 minutes? I was going to have one more turn for the AI before I call this a night, I think. Thing is, cards are going to be drawn in different order and whatever, so I don't know. I made my call on that, I think. Yeah, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it, move on. And if this ends up going pretty quick and brutal, what I might do if I do get through this quick. I mean, Grant's video's going quick. I that doesn't compute, but if it does kind of become a massacre for the Germans, then what I might do is maybe reset the scenario up, and then use the digital bot, the app, and maybe see if that does anything differently, and maybe set the units up a bit better. I mean, these guys, of course, here have no cover to sort of set up in, but these guys did. And if that guy had been on there, you know what, he probably wouldn't have even been in line of sight. That's why it's feeling a bit meh. I never thought. I mean, it says G10 and adjacent, but you don't need to. I don't need to deploy in there or there. I could just deploy adjacent, like it says. So, anyway, okay, right. So back across to the AI. So yeah, let's try and move it a little bit more, Grant. So we need a 2 or less to carry their order. So they're going to draw their top card. They get a 5, and unfortunately the black dice is a 1. So that card's going away to there. And the 1 is going to be on... So they succeed with the order. This is going to move on this track. It's going to have an artillery request, which does nothing. And unfortunately, this is already down the very bottom. So this would have dropped down a slot because we've no order to carry out. But it's right down the bottom anyway, so nothing happens. So however, he's only carried out 1 order, so we're going to draw another card for another order. It needs a 2 again. This time he gets a 6 and a 1 again. So the 6 is successful, which moves on to there, and that's him had his 2 orders. The 1 is on here again. Did I move that along already? I think I did. So it's going to move along again and do nothing here. That's kind of rubbish, isn't it? Yuck. Okay. Well, that's his turn over. A whole lot of nothing. He's going to draw 2 more cards. So 1, 2. I'm going to put them in the order that they were drawn. Put them underneath here. And that's that. That then resets back to that. And it's back to us again. So, thing is though, we've got 2 fire cards, 2 command confusions in our cover. Don't think we can fire at anything. These German units are hidden behind both this. I need to watch all that. When I'm saying that, I'm forgetting that it's not the whole hex. But I mean, clearly, well, I'm saying clearly. Is it possible that guy there could see? No. But I'll tell you what, it's not far away from it, is it? And it's not got the range, but it's not far away. It's only clipping these bits of the trees here, because it's not touching that building. But yeah, it is catching the trees. So, well, he's not got range anyway. So there's nothing that we can fire at. So, and then we can't move. So I think we're going to discard. So we're going to discard the 2 command confusion cards. So this is us doing a pass order. And we can discard up to 3 cards because we are Russian. Do we want to discard the recover as well and be a bit bold? And I mean, maybe. We've got 2 fire action cards. We really need probably a move, don't we? But I don't know. Yeah, I think we maybe should discard the 3, yeah? And keep the 2 fire cards. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to discard 3 cards and draw 3 new ones. And hopefully this time we get a move order. We get another recover back, so there you go. We get another fire. Oh, jings. And then 1 more, a move? No, another recover. So, okay, you need to keep an eye on the actions as well, Grant. But, yeah, nothing we can really do next turn again with that hand. But it looks like it's got 3 fire cards. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll go back and have another shot for the AI then. See if they can come up with something a little bit better. Right, so they need a 2 again. They get a 1. Okay, so that fails. Now, what happens there again? Is that 1? Well, this can't go down any lower anyway. Perform. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Hang on. Right, sorry. Kind of clattered into the tripod there. So, order checks. If the check fails, which is what's happened here, isn't it? It will end its turn. Discard the face-up card, use an order check, go to section 8. So reset the order check token, discard any face-up cards drawn from the bot's hand. Any unused card in the bot's hand remain in the bot's hand. Draw the bot's hand back up to either its order limit or its maximum hand size, whichever there's a lowest, but we're changing that about a bit. Yeah, and if it runs out, follow the standard game procedures. So it failed to check there, so it doesn't move. That just ends its turn. So spent 1 card there, so it's going to draw back up to 5 again. So that'll go down the bottom, and then that was its turnover. So it's not doing a heck of a lot. And yeah, when you see this, you do start to wonder a bit that, you know, wouldn't it be better just playing this one, you know, two-handed and trying doing the best for the Germans here? Okay, the big bit says the opportunity fire. That's the real main part, isn't it? Or knowing that he's got to recover in your hand, you're about to break, you know, you're about to attack something, and he's just going to recover. But you've got to, I suppose, just sort of say, right, what would I do if I didn't know what he's got in his hand, you know? Because we could have a move order in our hand right now, and even against this bot here, we could sort of be a bit hesitant to move, because he might come up with an op fire, you know, option. But I don't know, they feel like they're too hard to get. And I mean, has it just been a bit unlucky here for the bot? Maybe. I'm going by this, what's happening, and watching. If you watch Kevin's playthrough of it doesn't go particularly well for the bot either, I don't think. And that's maybe why maybe the app might show some better things, might make it a bit more juicier for the bot. Well, it's back to us again, but we can't do anything, can we? Sorry, I know I'm getting that glare from above, but it's dark now, so I don't know what I can do about that, because even if I bring the camera's hanging off the edge of the table now, so I need it at least there. So yeah, it's a shame I wasn't able to. I mean, I could put them on the plexi there a little bit, but all we needed to do was have this. Well, mind you, the plexi's right up the other end of the table as well, so that would be awkward too. Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know what? The only bit you're missing is the stuff down the bottom. And see, when this is in my hand, it's irrelevant. The event and the dice and the hex number down the bottom, which you can see on these 2 cards clearly, all the stuff event and below is it's irrelevant while it's in my hand. So it's only the order and the action that you're needing to see. So I suppose that's all right. So we've got fire orders, which are no good. We've got 3 of them, 2 with concealment, but that's defense rolls, and then 2 recover cards. So I can't do anything. I guess I discard the 2 recovers, I suppose. Yeah, let's just do that. And we get a move order. Right, there we go. Because I think that's what we need. And then another fire order. So we've got 4 fire orders and a move order. Okay. Well, at least we can do something next turn, but I think I'm going to call it a night now. Well, after this last attempt at getting the AI doing something. So we need a 2 again. Don't give me a 1 for goodness sake. Right, good. So it's a 5 and it's a 2 this time for the black dice. So that succeeds, so that goes up. And then the 2 is this one here. So it's wanting to do a fire action. Oh, that must have started there, I'm assuming. So it's going to do a fire action. We can get rid of this card now. Well, I say it's going to do a fire action. It needs to move as well, really, doesn't it? It's nothing it can fire with. These are all range 5. So there's nothing in range. So that cannot do a fire order. And this is down the bottom, so again it's doing nothing. See, this does feel a bit weak, eh? Right, let's draw one more. So their second order, they need a 2 again. They get a 5 and a 5 this time. So that would move up. That's a second order successful. And the 5, okay, it's going to be a move. It's going to be a special move order this time. Right, what does that do? I'm not sure. So this is one of the ones down. No, it's not. Bot plays a special move order. There we go. So, right, it can either do assault fire or smoke grenades. For assault fire, it needs box firepower. So, but what do we do here? Bot plays a special move order. Assault fire or smoke grenades. I think that's what I need to look for. Because I don't know, although we're going to move, I'm not sure how these work. I think maybe you should have just called it a night there, Grant, before looking at it. Well, I could stop it here, I suppose. Feels a bit rubbish, but... What am I? I'm only at 47 minutes, but I did kind of want to get away. And this looks like it might take a little time. Well, hang on. Let's look at assault fire and smoke grenades first. Right, so the smoke grenades needs boxed. Oh, it's not saying that there. According to the action smoke grenades may only be used by a unit with box movement and must be played while that unit is activated to move. So I wonder if this is either a glitch here, or they're just sort of allowing that. Because assault fire says box. I mean, if I look up assault fire here as an action, where is that? No, it's on the previous page. Assault fire may only be played if at least one unit currently activated to move or its weapon has both box firepower and an enemy unit within its current range and line of sight. So I don't know. I mean that the rule for smoke grenades says it needs to have boxed range. Did they all? Is it box range? Did I say? Where is it? I've lost it now. Smoke grenades. Box movement. Sorry. The thing is, these guys have got... Actually, they've not got box firepower, have they? These have got box movement. That one, not the leader, and then that one, not the leader as well. But they don't have box firepower, do they? So they're not going to be able to do assault fire anyway. Smoke grenade, select one smoke marker at random and place it in or adjacent to the unit's hex, provided that hex is not water. Must be played while that unit is activated to move. So I think if we trigger the action, if we trigger it, we could like move these units, and while we're moving them, at some point we could put smoke in it in one of the hexes, I think. That's only if it triggers to do that. So I think we check for this now then. Come on, Grant. I think you can probably finish this off. So let's check for this now. Let's assume. Well, what did I say? They needed boxed movement anyway. They've got it. I don't know if that should say that. It's saying there that there's no requirement. So it'll be a 1 to 4 for smoke grenades, right? So we're playing a special move order. We need to beat a 2 to start with. On the white dice, we need to beat a 2. And then on the black dice, we want a 1 to 4 to be able to get the smoke grenades. And that's coming from the action deck. So here we go. We need a 2 and a 4. We've got it. Yeah, and, well, actually, ooh, we've got a 6, haven't we? So more complications. So this would give us an extra action, and this is a type. But I'm saying that. Well, who's to say we can't put smoke again though? Because this has been successful. Yeah, if it's a success. Well, could that not have happened the last time when we were talking about the white wounds? No, because it failed. This has succeeded. Well, actually, I'm saying it's succeeded. It's not, has it? We've got to draw for this. We're going to be in the same position with this again. So it's a 6 and a 4, so it's successful, and we should get another shot at it, and it's a 1 to 4, so it's smoke grenades. If we can hit, we need a 5 or greater on the next card. So let me put that away. So we're going to need a 5 for the white dice, and we only get a 3. So we're at the same thing again here. So it says we can try this again, but like I say, Kevin's view on that was that you can't try that one again because you've clearly not got smoke grenades in your hand, and we can't do the assault fire one anyway because we've not got box firepower. Well, that's a good place to leave it, so because I might get an answer to that. Because if the answer comes back, no, you would still be able to try for this, then at least I'll be able to go through that one. Whether I might try and draw a card for that white wounds thing if the answer comes back that way as well, and see if we can maybe save that. Well, it wouldn't be a squad, it'd be a team, bring him back into play maybe. But then that's messing about with, because we did play the route cards, so I might just have to leave that because I've moved on, haven't I? Yeah. Right, I'm just, well, hang on. I think I will leave that because I might get an answer overnight. So we've got a move order to carry out, and we might still be able to trigger that smoke grenade. So let me get a little red cube and just plonk it on. Now, what was it? Was it the 5? Yeah, it was that, wasn't it? So if I put that on that, saying we've got a move order. Will you be able to work that one out, Grant? Yeah, I might need to look back in the video footage, I think, for that one. But yeah, I do need to call it a night, actually. So we're still in the middle of the German activation here, and we are going to be able to move something. Not sure to where, but because we've got to. Well, we don't know that the Russians have got 4 fire cards in their hand, but. So we do move into opportunity fire sort of territory, then I'm clearly going to chuck a fire at them, I think. Anyway, okay. Right, I hope to get back again tomorrow. I'm quite enjoying the way this, well, to some extent. I feel like the AI is not really doing enough. So, although I like how things... I like the cards and whatever. I like how it's working, but yeah, I mean, like I got a comment from Scott on BGG, who had, in fact, he's in Scotland himself. He'd just been playing the game. He posted a thread about playing Combat Commander in Scotland. He had met up with somebody on BGG, I think, or just somebody he didn't know and played this game and had a great time. And basically he was just commenting saying, the bot can give you 50%. However, if you want the full effect, you really need to play against somebody. And I can see that. It's clearly one of these games that can do that. And you know what? I don't know. I think this game, I might be able to play against somebody else. I'm always a bit wary of it because I'm such a slow player and I like to think everything through. But this game maybe... Although I'd be wary. I'd be saying, right, I'm going to move these guys up, and then he's going to fire at me. He's going to have opportunity to fire, so I don't want to do that. I want to make it safe. And then before you know it, I'm spending like half an hour trying to make my mind up on what order to carry out and whatever. But yeah, possibly playing with, if I can get a friend involved in that, maybe to have a bit more fun side of it then. But most of my gaming is going to be sitting here myself, so I want to try and get these things working. So we'll see. I think before I could, although the AI's not worked very well today in this first couple of parts, I think maybe I'll even reset it and try the app. That might be an idea too. Right, well, I can think about that tomorrow. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow at some point. Okay, cheers.